Hey everyone, so this will be my review of the Aqueon 7.5 gallon shrimp tank. So this is of course a 7.5 gallon tank and it is made of glass, it is not made of plastic, so it is nice. And as you can see, it has the black theme going on, which I absolutely love in fish tanks. That's my favorite color on a fish tank. White's pretty close, but black is my favorite color. So you have the black top trim, you have the black silicone, which again, really like. And then you have the bottom that is also black trimmed. And underneath there is a black stand, which gives it the appearance of that it is floating, which is pretty cool because the stand itself is hidden. And then also actually, which I'll show off in a little bit here, a black filter as well to go along with that black theme. And even the cords are black as well, which I think actually most cords are black anyway. So again, 7.5 gallons, it is made of glass. It has LED lights, I'll show those off in a moment here. Specs of this baby off of Aqueon's own website are 13 inches by 12 inches by 14, length, width, height. It comes with, and again I'll show off in a moment here, comes with the Aqueon Quiet Flow Shrimp 10, which is basically just the Quiet Flow 10, but it has a extra little filter over the intake, so that way baby shrimp and baby fish cannot get sucked into it, which is really cool. The tank itself right now is going for, well, it's kind of crazy. So right now it's going for $110 on Amazon, but if you go to Petco's website, it looks like it is 62 bucks. So you save over $40, almost, was that like 50 bucks almost, around $50 savings by going on actually onto Petco's website instead of Amazon, which is nuts. Usually Amazon's cheaper, but Petco right now has it for only $62. Really cool. The tank actually comes with this substrate, which is a plant substrate. It comes with 10 pounds of that. It's 2 bags of 5 pounds each, so 10 pounds. And then, of course, you get your normal Aqueon setup guide. This one also talks about shrimp, since this is their one of their shrimp tanks. Then you also get the water conditioner samplers as well, just like you do with any other Aqueon. And then you also get little coupons for Aqueon as well. Just make sure they're not expired. Sometimes they are expired. If the tank has been out on the sales floor for a while, might be expired coupons with it. Alright, so let's start from the top and we'll work our way down here. So it comes with, this is plastic, and of course the black trim here is plastic. This is of course removable, and it does get a lot of condensation. Actually, I had more than that before, I was messing around with it before I made this video. That can just come right off. One thing I would like to note, and one thing I do not actually like about this, is there is no feeder flap or hole or anything. So you either have to take off this clear plastic part, or what I do is just put food back here. Not the biggest deal, but I do like it when they have, and there goes my filter top. I do like it when they have actual feeder flaps, or something like this where the entire thing opens up. That's not usually on small tanks, but usually do have feeder flaps of some sort. Alright, so here is the Aqueon Quiet Flow 10 Shrimp Edition. So this one, so you have your biological part back here, along with this black grate. We'll also do that as well. And you have your normal cartridges, which have the charcoal activated carbon inside, and then you have your filter floss. You can see it seems to be doing a pretty good job here. Decently dirty. So it seems to be doing a good job. Quiet flow, so it is very quiet. One issue I've had with this was a few days ago, the thing was making a redonkulous amount of noise. And I kept trying to move it around, touch the different things in here, move everything up and down, would not go away. I had to take it off of the tank and clean it, put it back on, and now it's super quiet again. So if yours starts making a whole bunch of noise, just give it a good, just take it down and clean it a bit. And when you do that, I would recommend using water from the tank itself. That way you're not killing all the good bacteria that's in here. There's not as much. But yeah, so here is the filter. And hopefully you'll be able to see. Alright, so I said I cannot get a good picture of it, but underneath where the intake is, there is the extra little bit of, like, it's pretty much the same thing as this is. So when the filter intakes the water, takes in the water, If you had little shrimp or baby fish in there, usually they would get sucked into the filter and then pretty much killed. But it has this little piece of floss in front of it, so that way the fish and shrimp and whatnot cannot get sucked into the filter. Wow, which is really cool. So again, this is the Quiet Flow 10 shrimp version. Back here, you do have these nice big gaps. So of course, you have the filter here, and then you have gaps for other accessories. So I have my heater here, of course, and then the cord can come out, and that way you put that clear plastic piece on here. It doesn't have to be up on top of the cords because the cords are in the way. With this bit of gap here, you have more than enough room for the cord. Very, very nice. LEDs are actually touch sensitive, which is really cool. So there's no switch, it's just a touch. If I can hit the touch, that is. Turns it off or turns on. There are no blue ones, it's just the white LEDs. Super simple. Works very well. So now I'm going to blind you guys. So there are 3 sets of 3. So there's one on the right side, one on the front, and one on the left side. So there's 3 sets of 3. So there's 9 total LEDs. And that is just underneath. They are hidden underneath the black ring here, which is really cool. And this top just nicely sits, actually very nicely sits on the edge of the glass itself. Very, very nice. And you can see in here I do have some live plants. Few back there, back there. I have like 3 or 4 different live plants. They're all very low light requiring plants, if I can speak. Requiring plants. So nothing too crazy. But this is supposed to be a plantable tank with the LEDs and then the substrate. So you seem to be doing a good job. You see they're nice and green. One in the back there is not supposed to be green. That's the color it's supposed to be. So it's not dying or anything like that. So the tank seems to be doing a pretty good job at keeping my live plants alive. And you see I have some driftwood in here as well. It's actually some shrimp wood. Just a big piece of shrimp wood. And then I also do have some fake plants in here as well. I think they go very nicely with the live plants. And I do have my cave back there. It has a face on it. Right now I do not have any shrimp. I am hemming and hawing with the idea of trying to do shrimp again. I do have a bunch of alive. Of course they're live. Baby guppies in here though. And you see they're pretty, some of them are pretty tiny, and yet they have not been sucked into the filter, so the filter is doing its job of not killing baby fish. So that's really good. Oh yeah, and they seem to be doing very well in here. And then here is, again, the substrate, which always reminds me of chocolate Dippin' Dots. I'm just sure it does not taste the same though. But I've yet to try it. And I think I'm going to refrain from trying it as well. Oh yeah, but I mean, again, my plants seem to be doing just fine in it. So I have no reason to believe it's not doing its job like it should be doing. And there's also some tiny invasive snails in here too, which I did not want in here, but they, of course, decided to show up to the party uninvited. Yeah, so that is the Aqueon shrimp tank 7.5 gallon LED kit. So just one more time here. The dimensions are 13 by 12 by 14 inches, length, width, height. It has those 9 LEDs, 3 sets of 3 on either side, and then the front comes with the Aqueon Quiet Flow 10 shrimp. And that uses a small cartridge. Do not believe I mentioned that before. It is made of glass. It is not made of plastic, except for, of course, the trimming on the tank. That is plastic, so the top and the bottom and the clear plastic part that sits on top of it. It comes with 2 bags of 5 pounds each of the plant substrate, which again seems to be doing a good job of keeping my live plants alive. And then you get your basic Aqueon stuff of the setup guide and the conditioner sample and whatnot. Yeah, so I do recommend this tank. It's pretty cool looking. I don't think it's as cool as the thing it's called Designer Shrimp Tank, which is, I think, 8.75 gallons and bigger. And, of course, it's a bit more money, but it's also a bit fancier. But I think so. This is a nice looking tank. I think this would look good in pretty much any setting. And yeah, I mean, it seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing, keeping my fish and plants alive. So, that's always a good thing. Yeah, I would recommend this tank. I'm giving it like an 8 out of 10. Filter is good, but people also have mentioned on reviews online that theirs makes some noise from time to time and have some other issues with the filter. But yeah, I mean, like I said, mine is making noise. I cleaned it, and now it works just fine. No, it's quiet as can be, which is always good, especially since my tanks are about 5 feet away from my bed. So, yeah, so I would recommend this tank. Again, 8 out of 10 stars. Would highly recommend. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one. Goodbye.